Well, it is with respect to Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa expanding his cabinet, but at the same time, somewhere trying to console all of those aspirants, ministerial aspirants, and in particular, Ramesh Jarkiholi as well. Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa is trying to pacify Ramesh Jarkiholi over cabinet expansion. Chief Minister summoned Ramesh and tried to pacify him at his residence in Dollars Colony. Ramesh Jarkiholi demanding cabinet berth for Mahesh Kumarthalli as well. Now, Ramesh Jarkiholi, he has been expressing his displeasure over how all of these MLAs from Belgavi as well as other regions, they are being left out at this point in time, which was something which was not promised by Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa. Now making statements that Mahesh Kumarthalli will have to be inducted into the cabinet and he shouldn't be left out after the several reports doing the rounds that Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa let out Mahesh Kumarthalli, dropped Mahesh Kumarthalli from joining the cabinet. Now, Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa trying to pacify Ramesh Jarkiholi at this point in time, trying to reach out to him, trying to call him up and ask him to come to his residence so that they can sit and speak with respect to who are the MLAs who need to be inducted into the cabinet. So at this point in time, Ramesh Jarkiholi said to be adamant. He is not ready to listen to anyone until Chief Minister promises that all of these MLAs, the 11 MLAs, will be inducted into the cabinet. More on this, I'm joined in by my colleague Pratibha on the phone line. Well, Pratibha, on one side, the Chief Minister has announced the cabinet expansion date and the time as well. But on the other hand, several leaders, including Ramesh Jarkiholi as well as Mahesh Kumarthalli, they are quite upset with the decisions taken. On one hand, Deputy Chief Minister's post not being the more number of posts not being created. On the other hand, some reports doing the rounds that Mahesh Kumarthalli will be left out and the number of representation from Belgavi district will be reduced.
Absolutely. And also, Suraj, clearly, Chief Minister Yediyurappa was all smiles after his meeting with Amit Shah. He said that he got his way and the High Command has agreed to all of his demands. But yesterday he made it quite clear that the formula is going to be 10 plus 3, which means 10 of the rebel leaders would be included in the cabinet and 3 loyalists of the BJP would be included. So this is a compromise formula that the BJP has hit upon. The High Command has also agreed to this demand. But this also means that one of the rebel MLAs, those who have been re-elected now, will miss out on the cabinet. So on one hand, there is the headache of those who have lost in the elections like MTB Nagaraj as well as H. Vishwanath. But the more pressing problem for Yediyurappa seems to be on what happens to now speculations are that the leader who will miss out on a cabinet berth is Mahesh Kumarthalli. So what will happen to him? Is he going to be upset? He is known to be a close aide of Ramesh Jarkiholi. In fact, if we rewind a few months ago when the coalition was in power, when Ramesh Jarkiholi was upset, as we remember, both back then Chief Minister Kumaraswamy as well as Siddaramaiah had sat down. Mahesh Kumarthalli held a discussion with him. So any talks that had to take place with Ramesh Jarkiholi was through Mahesh Kumarthalli. So they held several discussions with Mahesh Kumarthalli, tried to convince him, and they put in a lot of personal efforts in trying to ensure that there is no rebellion as such. And it was Mahesh Kumarthalli who was being the peace broker between Ramesh Jarkiholi as well as the coalition leader. So Mahesh Kumarthalli is known to be extremely close to Ramesh Jarkiholi, and because Jarkiholi resigned, he has submitted his resignation as well. And now if he misses out on the cabinet berth, Ramesh Jarkiholi is not going to be too happy about it, because he had allegedly said his own promise to Mahesh Kumarthalli as well that he would be given a cabinet berth. Apart from that, like you mentioned, the post of the Deputy Chief Minister also being made quite clear. There's not going to be any other Deputy Chief Minister. But these were the promises that had allegedly been made to these leaders, which is why even though the 10 plus 3 formula has been worked upon by the BJP, there's likely to be rebellion. Ramesh Jarkiholi now meeting the Chief Minister, it's likely that the Chief Minister will try and pacify him. But what happens next, we need to wait and watch out. Mahesh Kumarthalli, known to be very close to Ramesh Jarkiholi, if he misses out on the cabinet berth, will Ramesh Jarkiholi be okay with it, or is he going to, put his foot down and ask for Mahesh Kumarthalli to be included? If that happens, then another leader will have to be dropped. So clearly, it's not the end of troubles for Chief Minister Yediyurappa yet, Suraj.
Absolutely, Pratibha. Many thanks for joining us with all of those details. It is a big task ahead of Chief Minister to induct several leaders here who will be left out. If the reports are anything to go by, then Mahesh Kumarthalli is the one. But somewhere Ramesh Jarkiholi quite upset and disheartened with the decision taken by Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa. And Sameer has said that Mahesh Kumarthalli will also have to be inducted into the cabinet.